Awaken Beauties, finally, it's here. The truth to empower women to true inner beauty through a healthy mind and inner biology. I am your hostess, Cassandra Keogh, a 20-year salon owner, organic beauty product formulator, positive mind management, and clinical hypnotherapist. And I am here to help you stay sane, get sleep, and bring your sexy back. Sponsored by EvoqBeauty.com. EVOQBeauty.com. Now, let's get to it. Welcome to the Awaken Beauty Podcast. This is Cassandra, your organic beauty, positive mind management, and biofeedback practitioner. And today we're talking about skin health. What does that really mean? Now, we all have our own interpretations. We have marketing at us completely overwhelming to really understand what true skin health is. And at Evoq Beauty, EVOQBeauty.com, we really take this zero compromise approach to anti-aging. And one aspect of Evoq's skin philosophy stems from the research from Professor Albert Kligman, who is widely regarded as the father of cosmeceuticals. Yet he was also really well known for his pioneering work in Corneotherapy. Now, sadly, he passed away in 2010, but the science behind his groundbreaking work is now carried on by Evoq Beauty and many skin estheticians around the world. Now, it's really quite simple when you really break it down. And this goes back to why do we complicate things so much when it comes to our skin? And a lot of it is to make a buck, right? It's a, multi-billion dollar industry. And over a lifetime, women will spend $300,000 on beauty products, but 4% of them really truly feel beautiful. So getting down to brass tacks. Now, corneotherapy is the care and treatment of the stratum corneum, the skin's topmost layer, and the principle is basically around barrier defense. And the stratum corneum is responsible for environmental protection while preventing water loss from the skin. Now, no water loss, that means you're going to have less bounce and luminosity. An event that occurs on its surface can initiate basically a domino effect that sends all of these ripples throughout the rest of the skin. And it is well established that the skin contains an entire set of barrier defense systems, all interconnected, that co-regulate together and are interdependent. It's kind of like, think of it like cogwheels in a machine. If one barrier function is compromised, it only makes sense that all the other systems are affected, much in life. Right? So as such, we treat it with respect by recommending a lower and slower approach to skin correction versus highly active, abrasive ingredients. So we do not promote aggressive modalities or radical procedures that shock the skin into this temporary state of repair to restore its appearance, such as, you know it, ladies, all the chemical peels, the microdermabrasions, over excessive use of layers. And, I've heard many derms talk about, 2-3 years of just using vitamin A, it tears down the skin 30%, and you cannot get back. So corneotherapy really takes the science of cosmeceuticals one step further. And it could even be argued that corneotherapy is the skincare concept of the future. And it's really where science and, to me, true beauty meets, and it's about self-care. And another way of thinking of it is that we provide the link between dermatology and the natural and cosmetic world. So an understanding of the role of the stratum corneum is really truly key to the principle of corneotherapy, because essentially skin cannot be corrected if the stratum corneum is not in equilibrium. So many estheticians use treatments on their clients, like we do at Beauty Ecology, without first asserting and asking the client about where their skin is at, the layer and the level of cellular damage, or the condition of the bilayers of the skin. So you really have to understand the science of skin and biology. And this can result in a very expensive repeat treatments that do not obtain the desired results or may even fail completely over time if used too often and too much, which then results having to run back to doing fillers and other kind of treatments that the client never really expected once the skin is torn down so much. So corneal therapy really truly approaches the skin differently and holistically. So before I were to do a treatment in the treatment room or use products prescribed, I really suggest doing a thorough examination of the condition of the skin and what's underneath. And it's really important to always try to maintain harmony versus trying to upset the acid mantle. Think of your microbiome. Think of everything that protects you. You're breaking it down. And then the hydration is lost in the skin. All of these things happen when you overabuse the skin. So then and only then can you really give it this superfood through advanced natural products that it needs, such as Evoq Beauty. So the treatment really is to recover the stratum corneum. And this layer is basically the dead skin cells, which is sole function is to provide an impermeable layer that has suddenly come alive. And while the stratum corneum consists of cells not capable of dividing and multiplying, it is far from being a static tissue. Rather, we're learning it's a very dynamic and complex situation and relationship. So when the skin's barrier basically again is disrupted, it no longer is protected from the environmental stressors and the pollution, and then it loses its ability to protect and defend itself. So let's think about it. If perfumes or emulsifiers or nasty different petroleum oils are added to skincare products, the skin can quickly become further compromised. All right. So among obviously the harmful substances of surfactants, emulsifiers, preservatives, allergens, perfumes, all of these symptoms disrupt the barrier function. So Kligman, what he did is he had a clever way of describing corneotherapy as being like an outside-in therapy, where outside is the stratum corneum and in are the therapeutic effects starting in the stratum corneum and working their way into the deeper layers. And I just love this. And it's so geeky and it's so simple at the same time because it's all about cellular communication. And that's what we use in our Evoq products. So as long as we protect the outer barrier, then use strategic products, ingredients, the right percentage, the right time, right place, you can create a healthier barrier. So he used to say, whenever you see inflamed skin, regardless of its cause, it means that the corneum is leaky. Let's call it leaky skin, just like the leaky gut, and it's permeable. But if you repair the stratum corneum, that tells the underlying tissues that they don't have to keep reacting like there's a danger in the environment. Like think about a house. All of its shingles are getting racked out. Rain is coming in. Everybody in the house is getting poured on, mold, all of these issues in the house. And then you got to call the repairman and it's just a big fat freaking mess, right? Like nobody wants that in their environment on top or inside their skin. So at Evoq, I couldn't agree more. And I just so believe that we have developed a unique and effective range of skincare solutions and products to restore the balance of the stratum corneum and promote ongoing healthy, energetic, and balanced skin. So let's talk about corneal therapy and aging. And so first, we always have to understand the aging process. And Dr. Peter Pugliese says, a curious thing about aging is that everyone knows what it looks like, but no one seems to know what it is. And it's so true. We want to assume because we were sold a big back freaking lie from the cosmetic companies. And the aging process extends into all cellular regions of the body and the mind. And that's something I also focus on with clinical hypnotherapy and mind management, that we can immune boost ourselves through how we think about ourselves and really looking at our skin and aging as we are an asset, not looking at assets to fix us. So it's really looking at every sector of our everyday life. And there's a lot of modern viewpoints, obviously, with stereotyping aging skin. And no matter what your age, the key to healthy aging is to be able to journey through this phase in your life and have functional and healthy way to ensure the quality into our, I call them our golden years. So successful aging to me requires developing healthy habits at a younger age if possible. And that includes truly taking care of your skin, understanding the chronobiology, the rhythm of the skin, along with really receiving a positive influence from our closest to us, from our skin professionals, as well as our friends. So the biological theories of aging basically break down into molecular and genetic theories. And we now know that 80% is our lifestyle and 20% is actually hard-coded DNA. So we have a lot more power than we think. And then we have the cellular theories. And so when we're determining the rate of basically our age, we look at the underlying levels of cellular aging, which is biological aging. And so that's chronological, right? So we may be 40, but due to our lifestyle and the way our environment and our exposure is, our cells may really be 10 years younger or 10 years older. So these 5 levels of cellular aging can be easily nourished in our earlier years. So some of these, and let's just kind of take a look at them real quickly, is oxidative stress. Now, these are free radicals. It's lipid peroxidation. And these free radicals attack the cellular membranes. And then what happens is they end up cross-linking proteins and lipids to create substances like, we call them lipofusions. And the stress begins early in life. So if we can really optimize our cellular repair, this becomes a reduction to the accumulative effect of oxidative stress and aging. And this is what breaks down our DNA and doesn't allow us to repair our cellular function. And this is what obviously leads to cellular dysregulation and even cancer. And then we have mitochondrial DNA damage. So the accumulated damage can move from mitochondrial's cellular energy source. And our mitochondria are like our battery. It's like the food and what we call our ATP. It's the molecular energy that gets the cell moving and to doing what it's needing to do to repair and to rejuvenate cellular function. So it's really the metabolic biochemical reaction in the body that then can go and fight the oxidative stress with free radical activity. And then there's mitochondrial aging, or we call cellular senescence, which is basically an excess of amount of oxidative damage. And then this is where the DNA becomes damaged by just too many assaults for too long. And we lose our repair mechanisms to fix the damaged skin. And researchers basically confirm that there are over 28 diseases related to this mitochondrial damage and biological aging. But again, it goes back to cellular division and happy mitochondria. And we can boost that through food and lifestyle and exercise. And so then this all comes back to the skin barrier and really making sure that all of these different mechanisms with aging are working well to create homeostasis and really supportive of these regenerative ingredients from outside to inside therapy. And we always talk about, inside out, but really when it comes to skin care, we really want to look at the mimetic agents that complement the skin. And this is what we talk with Evoq Beauty, is that we use marine algae, we use isotonic seawater. All of these minerals are the essential vitamins and minerals that are needed for the skin to fully repair. Essential oils have the same DNA as our DNA. That's why they're so healing. So they're naturally found in the skin bilayers that are responsible for maintaining the natural moisturizing factor and that can continue to regenerate a strong skin defense system. And so, this is why he called Corneotherapy like this outside in therapy. And I just like using that term because it really gives that 360-degree approach. So I love talking about this. It's so simple, but really the essence is this: whenever you see inflamed skin, regardless of the cause, the stratum corneum is leaky and permeable. Think about a leaky gut. We do not want that. It causes a whole host of issues, and it ages us faster. But if you repair that stratum corneum, that tells the underlying tissues that they do not have to keep reacting like there's danger in the environment. Think about the sympathetic and parasympathetic mode. It doesn't have to run from the tiger. So I really respect Dr. Kligman's work, and unfortunately he passed away in 2010, but his groundbreaking work is certainly alive in Evoq Beauty. And you can find those essentials at evoqbeauty.com, evoqbeauty.com. Because, ladies, the skin requires all of these supportive, nourishing, loving substances for your regeneration. And so the key to corneotherapy is to really eliminate the things that inhibit and interfere with this process. So it could be perfumes. It's an allergen to the skin. And these are in products and even hidden in natural scents, right? Preservatives, also an allergen. Volatile mineral oils and silicones in high concentrations, they absolutely block the skin's regenerative process. Emulsifiers, preservatives, all of these things create barrier disorders. So to bring it all back into conclusion, I really recommend looking at this in a holistic view. How can we build up our mind, our body, our soul, our spirit, and our skin? And it's really looking at not all of the assets, but that you are the asset. And understand, when we understand how our skin works, the biology of it, just like our hormones or just like our brain, we can then make, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to respect that. And then I'm going to treat it well. And then we make smarter decisions, and we don't become that woman that spends $300,000 on beauty products, but we create a ritual in the system that works for us, that's healthy for us, and that's advised, and we find help from professionals. And I'd love to help you in your journey. I love talking about the wholeness of our women as we age, because it really is a pro-aging time in our lives. So thanks for listening to this podcast. Thanks for following along. You can find all of these wonderful, beautiful, essential skincare and hair care and scalp care products at evoqbeauty.com, evoqbeauty.com. Always build up, ladies. Create those barriers that you need in your life, including on your skin, for healthy, bouncy, beautiful, eminent glow. All right. Love and light. Well, hello, Awaken Beauty. Thank you so much for joining the show today. Were you inspired? Please leave a comment or your own personal aha moment so others can capture exactly what you did. Also, please like and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you're interested in high quality natural products for your hair, skin, and wellness, including organic CBD, please visit evoqbeauty.com. Again, that is evoqbeauty.com, evoqbeauty.com. And until next time, darling, stay sane, get sleep, and bring your sexy back.